Welcome back, everybody. Pretty exciting day on the farm here. If you saw that last video, the weatherman said we had 4 to 6 inches of snow coming. Well, he got this one wrong. It warmed up and we only got about 2, and most of it melted by now. So we're still able to see the ground and show you what I'm working with. What I'm working with is we got the sawmill delivered today, and I'm working on getting a temporary pad for it set up so we're able to start milling. So the gist of it is, probably most of you saw that Woodland Mills was running a promo for the month of November where they're offering free shipping. And that extra savings is a couple $100 was enough to push me over the edge, and we went ahead and ordered a sawmill. I ordered it last Wednesday morning, placed the order, and this is Wednesday, and the sawmill got delivered this morning. It was supposed to be delivered between 3 and 5 this afternoon, and I was going to sneak out of work early and be here to receive it, but the FedEx guy called me this morning, said he didn't see that delivery window note, and asked if he could drop it off first thing, and I said, sure, as long as I don't need to be there. Tried to point him in the right direction over the phone, but something got lost in translation, literally, so let's see where it got delivered. So as a lot of you have seen, we have several dozen acres we could have dropped this thing and had it not been in my way, but he put it right here, right in front of the garage, and inside that garage is where the tractor is. And the tractor does not have the forks on it right now because I thought I'd be home. It's on a little bit of an incline. You see that? It's heading downhill. So I'm hoping this thing isn't top heavy, and then I can push it, the buckets on the tractor. I can get out of here and just push it out of the way enough to maneuver around and get the forks. Figured I'd try to do the slide method while the tractor's warming up, but that thing's got some weight to it. So as you could probably guess, this mill is a want and not a need for us right now. We don't have an urgent need for it this winter, but the deal was too good to pass up, and we had the money burning a hole in our pocket, so we have it. I spent way too much time thinking about this, and you've seen me poking out a hole in the woods where it'll be a more permanent home for this mill, but this winter we'll get a temporary solution, maybe 6-9 months, we'll see. It shouldn't be much more than 6 months. Next spring we'll pour concrete footings for this thing like it ought to be. It's just too cold to do that now. It's the second week in December. So this is a generally flat spot in our field where we've had several cords of wood stacked you've seen in previous videos. It's all undercover now, but this is generally compacted, so we're gonna pick at it with the tractor. I've got a small pile of stone, really small, hopefully it's enough, but I'll show you how I'm gonna lay this out here. Alright, so I am no dirt work expert by any stretch of the imagination. You've seen a lot of my experience here right on the channel. But what I do know is that the native soil is going to be more compacted and firmer than anything. If I were to over excavate and then get more soil on there, it wouldn't be as firm as if I leave what's there. So my plan is just to scrape the topsoil off that we can. It's kind of frozen right now, so we'll see how the tractor does. But scrape the topsoil off, the mushy stuff, get down to a good base, and then I'll put my stone on top and compact that as best as possible. So I ordered one track extension with this mill, and best I can tell without opening it and reading the manual is that I need about a 20-foot base. So these stakes are, who knows, 22 feet apart. These stakes are gonna come out here, but I want about a 20-foot by 4-foot stretch, relatively level, relatively firm. That's what we're aiming for. I don't have nearly enough ballast. This S-wing is the bulk of my ballast for now, so hopefully that's good enough. few short passes, and we've got a 24 by 4 foot strip scraped up, got the topsoil off anyways. Some of my theory here is this pasture rolls downhill slightly. I don't plan to mill anything huge, much bigger than what the tractor can lift right off. But if I do, it's going to be much easier to roll a bigger log downhill up onto the mill platform than vice versa. Sun's awful bright right now, but if there's anything I've learned making these videos is that it sets awful quick this time of year. It catches you by surprise. I still film these videos with just a GoPro. It's easy, and I told myself if this wasn't easy, I wasn't going to do it, and I think that still holds true. Nothing easier than a GoPro, but they need bright light to get some good footage. Once it starts getting dark, footage isn't super pleasant to look at. So I'm going to run to that stone pile. I'm going to have to make quite a few trips. I don't know how many bucketfuls are up there, probably not much more than 4. So we'll spread that out here, and the pile of stones about a quarter mile up the driveway. So we'll do that now. Alright, so I learned a couple things from that whole debacle. One, it's time to put the tire chains on the tractor. It's getting a little slick out there. If you want to know everything I know about tire chains, at least my experience with that tractor, consider subscribing, liking this video. Maybe you'll get notified when that pops up in a couple weeks here. And 2, it's silly to have the stone way down there. That took way longer than it needed to. We get about a triaxle load of stones delivered every summer just to touch up the driveway and have around. I think next year I'll order 2, put 1 down there in the middle of the driveway and 1 up here around for projects and maybe the more permanent sawmill installation there. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so any of you that have been following the channel know that my real job, I'm a land surveyor. So several states have said that I'm an expert in the field of measurements and measuring land. So I'm really good at getting things level and measuring things. I've accessed all kinds of fancy tools, but I've found that the easiest way to do something like this is a little laser like this. So this thing I've had for several years now, and I believe it's only about $150, and it's an auto level, so you can do it by yourself. If you're doing any kind of projects, building decks, any kind of construction, it excels indoors, but outdoors, now that it's getting dark, that's one thing about it getting dark, I'll be able to see. I think this is rated for 50 feet, so I'll be able to see this red laser at 50 feet and get a good idea of how level we are over there. Alright, I haven't changed the batteries in this thing in quite some time, but I'll switch it on. Oh, we still got a laser, as you can see. It blinks when it's out of level, and then when you put it on something somewhat level, it won't blink. I can't see it by my eye from here. Let's see if we can find something on these grate stakes. Oh, yep, there it is. So I know that over there, that level is 1 inch. It's 1.5 inches off the ground. And up here, on this stake, it's about 9 inches off the ground. So this slopes downhill, so we've got some work to do to bring it up to grade. We want this to be generally flat, so we'll get this tracked in with the tractor, and for the sake of time and me making this video, I'll wrap it up before I finish, but I'll bring out several more loads. I think I did 4 scoops with the bucket. That took a while, and I think there's at least 3 or 4 more down there, and I don't have any other uses for it, so I might as well bring it up here and get this nice and and leveled up. But yeah, this thing's pretty awesome, reliable. Battery lasts a long time, even sitting idle. So I'll post an Amazon link to one of these if any of you are interested. I should be doing this in lifts anyways, so with all the fancy lights on this tractor, this is something I could easily do after work one night when it's dark out. But I've got that all tracked in, so the second batch will be a lot smoother and get us up to grade. That sawmill is worth just about as much as my truck, so I wanted to slide it in here for the night because it's going to be a couple of weeks before I set that up. But I think I'm just going to have to settle for some pallets outside and throw a tarp over it. Looks like we're fresh out of daylight now, so even though that mill is going to live its life outdoors, I couldn't bring myself to leave that box outside for the next couple weeks, even if we covered it. As you saw, I changed my mind there, backed it into the garage, and it's a lot safer in there now. And I'll sleep better for the next couple weeks. Didn't take up as much room as I thought. Yeah, the mill's just a little side project of ours. We've got a lot of balls in the air, and we're going to continue to document all our little chores around here. Appreciate you guys following along. It's a lot of fun for us. Hopefully you're having fun too. If that's the case, consider liking this video, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Take care.